Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my channel Learn Math with Syed Ali. So today we will be dealing with another trigonometric relationship or the law of trigonometry, which is called sine law and cos law. So there are two laws, sine law and cos law, right? And these two laws are useful when we are dealing with the triangle, and in that triangle two of the angles and two sides are involved, right? So when two angle and two sides, right, two angle and two sides, when two angle and two sides are involved, right? So we will see the triangle which is not a right angle triangle, which is irregular triangle. So we had done those questions by dropping a perpendicular and making those triangles into two triangles, which are 90-degree triangles. But this time we will use sine law and cosine law to make that job easy. And what that law tells us, we will deal with that formula in a minute. So when two sides and included angle, when two sides and included angle is given, and included angle is given, so we use cos law. So we deal with the basic triangle, which is like ABC, and always remember that the uppercase alphabets A, B, C, these are uppercase alphabets, right? These denotes the angle of the triangle. So uppercase alphabets are angle of the triangles, angles of triangle, right? So all these A, B, C capital are the angles, and opposite to these angles the side measurement is always taken. So opposite to A angle there is a small a, lowercase a. This lowercase a indicates us the dimension of BC, opposite side. So what is the opposite of this B? This is smaller b, lowercase b. That indicates me the dimension of this side, AC. So always in these triangles we have to remember how we measuring the angles and their respective sides. So when we are dealing with C angle, the opposite to this is side AB, which is indicated as smaller c, lowercase c, right? So all the measurements like dimension of the sides are lowercase in this formula. So we have to see all the time this triangle to remember the formula. And what sine law is? Sine law says that ratio of the side to the angle, right? What is the side? A. So A is this side, right? A is this side, and the ratio of this A to sine A, angle A, capital A, is equals to B divided by sine B is equals to C divided by sine C. So we have a relationship that this ratio is always constant or equal, right? So A over sine A is equals to B over sine B. What is B? B is the side length against the angle B. So if you take the sine ratio of B over sine B or C over sine C, right? So this A, B, C on the top are small alphabets, lowercase alphabets, right? So I will say uppercase alphabets are the angle of the triangle, and the lowercase alphabets are the side length of the triangle. So the second thing, in the same triangle we can have the cosine law. So this law is called sine law, right? Sine law. So this is sine law. Now what is cosine law? Cosine law says that if we have two sides then included angle is known, right? We will do some exercise as well, but first we have to go through this formula. So a square, this a square, right, is equals to b square plus c square minus 2bc times cos A. So this is what cosine law is. We will deal with the derivation of this formula as well, but right now we have two questions actually asked by one of my student, 10th grader student, and those questions will be based on sine law and cosine law. Now we will see the application, how to use this formula, right? Sine law and cosine law. But first we have to see that when two angles and two sides are involved, then we use sine law. So for example, if we have the triangle for sine law, right? Sine law application. So we have a triangle here, right? We have a triangle. What is the ABC? ABC are there three angles, or there are three points of intersection, or point where they meet, right? The triangle corners. So this is my ABC, and my C is given 56. My A is unknown, and my smaller c is this side, right? And this is my smaller b. So this is what we learned from the definition, that how to place the alphabets A, B, C, or whatever alphabets is given, P, Q, R, L, M, N. So we have to see that the side measurement is smaller or lowercase alphabet of the opposition or opposite angle. So if it is P, this side, this will be capital P, this will be the smaller p. If this is N, this is capital N, and this side length will be smaller n. So we have to take care of the alphabets accordingly. But in this question, you can see that b is equals to 4 centimeter, right, is given. And what is unknown here? A is unknown. So, and this angle is given, which is 71. So what is happening here in this triangle? We can see that two angles are given, right? And two of the sides, one side is known and other side is unknown. So when two angles are given, right, we use sine law, right? So we use sine law. What is sine law? Sine law says sine of A over sine A over sine A, right? A over sine A is equals to B over sine B. B over sine B. So A over sine A, right? And B over sine B, right? This is the law. And we take only this part of the law because we are unknown, our unknown is A. So what is my first step is to find out this A, because this A is not known. But we know that this we can find out by adding these two angles and subtracting from 180. So we add the two angles, 56 plus 71, right? And that comes out as 127. So 127, if we subtract 180 minus 127, right? So what is that? 180 minus 127. 180 minus 127 is equals to 53, right? So this angle we know now that this is 53 degree. And what we are applying? We are applying sine law. What sine law says? A over sine A over sine A is equals to B over sine B. So A over sine A is equals to B. B is this over sine B. So now, what is A? A is unknown, right? Sine A. Sine A is sine 53 degree is equals to B. What is B? 4 centimeter. Sine B, sine of 71. Right? Now we see what the angle value are, and then we say A is equals to, or we can manipulate it either way. So I can say that A is equals to 4 times sine 53 divided by sine 71. Now I can take up the sine values and then simplify my fraction to get the value of A. So let me check sine 53 for you. So sine 53 equals to 0.7986. So 4 times 0.7986. Do it with me. And then you have to divide it by sine 71. So what is sine 71 for you? Sine 71 is equals to 0.9 455. 0.9455, and then I have to simplify this all, right, to get the value of A. So I will say 4 times 0.7986 divided by 0.9455, and that gives me 4.17, right? 4.17. So this is what A is, and what was unknown? My unknown was A. And what is the dimension? Dimension is centimeter, because the dimension is given in terms of centimeter. So this is how we use the sine law, and we reach to the answer very quickly, right? Instead of dropping a perpendicular and then solving it 2 times. So trigonometry once again gives us a very, very helpful rule to calculate the unknown side if 2 angles and 1 side is given. If 2 angles and 1 side is given. So this was the relationship between side length and the angle. So now we do the second question, and that will be based on 2 sides and included angle. So the question sent to me is this question, which is a triangle EDEF. So this is DEF now. It's no more ABC. So we have to take care of like our concept that how to deal with this situation, right? So this E is known. So this E is given to us. Let me take my marker. Where's my marker? Yeah. So my E is known. So E is equals to 3.2 meter. Why I put E here? Because this is the opposite to angle E. And this is given actually. This picture or this diagram is given, so you have no confusion. But you have to maintain your alphabets that the distance or the side length is equals to lowercase of the opposite angle, right? So this is angle F. What is the opposite side? This DE. So this DE side is given, which is F, right? Which is F, not E. It's F, which is given 4.4 meter, right? And one of the angle is given, included angle, which is 66 degree, right? So what is given? 2 sides and the included angle. 2 sides and the included angle is given. And what is unknown? Unknown is this side D. So cosine law always deal with the questions or the triangles where we have 2 sides and included angle is given. So 2 sides and included angle is given, and we are required to know the value of opposite to D angle, which is smaller d. So let's take the formula now, because now we have to manipulate the formula, because formula is given in terms of ABC, but we know that we can manipulate it in this format as well, right? So what we will do, we will write down the formula first. What formula will be? So D square is unknown, smaller d is unknown, right? D square is equals to square of the other 2 sides, that is E square plus F square, right? Minus 2 multiplied by the 2 sides, which is given E and F, times cos of the included angle, which is cos D, capital D, right? This is what the formula. We manipulate this. A square is equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. So how we read it? We read it as the unknown side square is equals to square of the 2 known sides minus 2 times the product of the sides and cos of the included angle, cosine of the included angle. So now everything is known to us. E is 3.2 whole square, right? Plus F 4.4 whole square minus 2 times 3.2 times F, which is 4.4, and times cos D, that is cos or cosine of 66. So we can take down all of these again, and we take down cos 66, which is 0.406 if you do it by calculator. So 3.2 whole square is 10.24. 4.4 whole square is 19.36. And this factor, when you calculate out, is 11.453. Right? So now you have simple addition and subtraction. You add these two, subtract this one from here. So you will be getting 18.147. Right? But this is the value of d square, and what we need to calculate? We need to calculate d. So d is equals to square root of 18.147, and then we will say d is equals to 4.26. Yeah, right. These values, answer values, are a little bit different because if question does not say that up to what value of sine and cosine you take, like rounded off to 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places. So I use here 11.453 using cosine value of cosine 66 as cos of 66. You can take down all the numbers. Cosine 66, when you go to cos 66, I take 0.406, and if somebody take all of the values, if somebody take only 0.4, so answer will be having a little variation. But you don't have to think about that. You have, if question says that, you have to round off the values up to 2 decimal places or 1 decimal places, so you have to do accordingly. But here what I did is I use up to 3 decimal places, so I use cos 66 as 0.46. So how easy it is now because of this sine and cosine law, right? So when we use the sine law, when 2 angles and 2 sides are given, when 2 angles and 2 sides are, right, so one of the side is known, we can calculate this. So it deals with 2 angles and 2 sides, and this one deals with 2 sides and included angle, 2 sides and included angle. So you have to see the triangle, which law is applicable, and you have to select which law is to be used, right? And take the triangle positively, do all the alphabets and knowns, right? If it is angle E, you have to say that the opposite side is small e. If this is angle D, you have to take the small d here, and then you can manipulate the formula. So this is how we will make more practice for sine law and cosine law, and we will drive it soon in another video. Hope you like the video. Subscribe my channel, press the bell icon button to receive another video. Thank you for watching.